Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We're coming to you today with a tale that is currently completely taking up the tennis world. You already know what we're going to discuss today if you've spent any time on social media, have been keeping up with the rumors coming out of Coachella Valley, or just keep an eye on worldwide sports phenomena. However, I assure you that the reality on the ground in California is quite different, even if you believe you understand the scope of the crisis. One player, one moment, and one viral practice session that has absolutely stunned the Indian Wells tennis garden are at the center of the seismic upheaval in women's tennis that we are witnessing. Naturally, we are discussing Alexandra Eala, a 20-year-old sensation from the Philippines. Nobody, not even the tournament organizers, had anticipated the cultural and sporting extravaganza that emerged from what was supposed to be a typical early tournament smash about on practice court 6. I want you to visualize the scene. In the California desert, it's a beautiful, warm day. The palm trees are swinging. The hard courts of what is regarded as tennis' fifth Grand Slam are bathed in sunlight. The BNP Paribas Open often has a laid-back, luxurious vibe. Before the main draw officially begins, the best stars in the world go about their business in relative quiet, honing their skills. However, not this year. For Alex Eala, no. The grounds erupted when Eala and Francesca Jones of Great Britain entered practice court 6 for their first public training session. In the best meaning of the word, we are discussing complete chaos. Over the past 24 hours, footage of spectators swarming the courtside railings has gone viral. They are often saved for events like Grand Slam finals. In an attempt to catch a peek of the Filipino phenomenon working hard, a sea of people were shoulder to shoulder and holding selfie sticks high into the air. Desperate to obtain a better view, many were looking through the chain-link gates of nearby courts. Instead of watching the players on those courts, spectators were demanding seats on nearby grandstands. However, a glance across the walkway reveals Eala's trademark booming left-handed forehand. And the atmosphere just got more dramatic as the practice session came to an end. Eala's name was chanted in unison as she made her way to the players' lounge by a sizable crowd that practically turned the players' lawn into a parade route. It was a welcome for heroes. It felt like being treated like a rock star. It was the unquestionable arrival of the Eala effect, as the experts now refer to it. It is really uncommon for a practice session to have this much fanfare. You witness it for the famous characters who have defined generations and the absolute titans of the game. It tells us something deep that a 20-year-old is making her main draw debut at this particular tournament. It indicates that Alexandra Eala is no longer merely a rising star. The biggest draw is her. The needle mover is her. In addition to the typical excitement of a masked 1000 event, the entire Indian Wells complex is humming with a particular, intensely concentrated electricity produced by her enormous and fervent fan base. The desert oasis has become what feels like a home court advantage for the budding superstar thanks to the overwhelming presence of California's Filipino community, one of the biggest in the country. Fans on the ground have told us that they have been attending this tournament for 10 years, and now they have a Filipina to support. They claim that whether we win or lose, we are all in this together. It is impossible to create such an emotional commitment from a fan base. It's organic. It is the most compelling plot in tennis paradise right now. However, we must take a step back and examine the circumstances surrounding Alexandra Eala's arrival at this precise moment in order to fully see why this open practice session shocked the tennis community. This isn't just empty rhetoric. 52 weeks of absolutely unrelenting, soaring improvement have led to this madness. We must delve deeply into the path that led her to this career-high world number 31 position, which places her among the sport's absolute top and gives her a much sought-after first-round purchase in the desert. Let's go back and examine the foundation she established in the 2025 season. For Eala, last year was nothing short of a revelation. The entire tennis establishment had to sit up and pay attention when she burst through the clutter. Her remarkable run at the Miami Open, where she arrived as a wild card, marked a turning point and the official announcement of her debut as a top-tier contender. She marched all the way to the semifinals, defying all odds, expectations, and bracket projections. Furthermore, she didn't accomplish it through a lucky draw. She accomplished this by navigating a maze of champions. She defeated previous Grand Slam champions. Yelena Ostapenko was defeated by her. She defeated Madison Keys and the world's second-ranked Iga Swiatek in a match that is still talked about. Her men's court coverage, deadly lefty forehand, and unwavering mental toughness shown during that Miami run that she could not only compete with but even defeat the world's top players. She demonstrated that she could carry over her success to the grass courts by making her maiden WTA final appearance in Eastbourne. She demonstrated her endurance and consistency by winning the WTA 125 title in Guadalajara. She then made history once more at the US Open, defeating Clara Tauson in an exciting battle to become the first Filipina to win a main draw match at a major slam. She broke through the top 50 barrier by November of last year, a significant accomplishment that officially established her as the highest-ranked player in the history of her country. She does not, therefore, arrive at Indian Wells for the 2026 BNP Paribas Open as an underdog hoping for a fortunate break. She shows up as a confirmed giant slayer, a seeded player, and an established menace. And that status has only been confirmed by her start to the 2026 season. She had already matched her whole quarterfinal total from the prior year before she ever arrived in California. She has been traveling the world on an absolute rip. She packed stadiums in Manila, Auckland at the ASB Classic, where she advanced to the semifinals, and Melbourne for the Australian Open. However, it was during the Middle East swing, more precisely, the WTA 1000 event in Dubai last month, that she made everyone aware of how dangerous she is at the moment. In the round of 32 in Dubai, she pulled off an incredible upset against Italy's Jasmine Paolini, ranked 8th in the world. After that, she defeated Sarah Cersei handily to secure her place in the final 8. Her journey in Dubai did, however, end in the quarterfinals at the hands of her close friend and former doubles partner, Coco Gauff, who put on a masterful display. But even in loss, Ella learned a great deal. In the second week of the main competitions, she proved she belonged. After their match, Gauff acknowledged that Ella is an extremely challenging competitor and that no lead feels secure against her due to her propensity to suddenly catch fire and launch a comeback. This leads us to the strategic and tactical realities of her present circumstances in Indian Wells. She has earned the luxury of a first-round purchase due to her outstanding performance. He is now ranked 32nd in the live rankings but is officially ranked 31st in the event. In a challenging 2-week draw with 96 players, this is a vital advantage. It gives her more time to become used to the desert's particular characteristics. The desert air can be thin and dry, which causes the ball to fly erratically during the day and radically slow down as the sun sets and the chilly nighttime air arrives. Indian Wells courts are renowned for being gritty and high-bouncing. When she takes the court for her debut match in a round of 64, having these extra practice sessions, hitting with women like Diana Schneider and Madison Keys, and taking in the crowd's excitement without the immediate pressure of a match will be important. She will be up against a seasoned opponent. She awaits the outcome of the first-round match between Ukraine's Diana Ostrika, a player renowned for her explosive, powerful baseline game, and China's Zhang Shui, a 3-time champion with a wealth of experience. Ella will need to be really sharp from the first serve in either encounter. We'll probably witness a baseline war if she takes against Yashimska, a test of who can control the rallies and keep up with the pace. She will be up against a very skilled shot maker in a tactical chess match if she takes on Zhang. However, Ella has the means to undermine both approaches. Her broad lefty serve on the ad court is a powerful weapon that opens up the down-the-line forehand and draws right-handed opponents off the court. She can now take the ball early and deny her opponent's recovery time thanks to a significant improvement in her footwork. However, a possible third-round meeting is what the pundits are actually focusing on and what everyone in the tennis world has circled on their hypothetical brackets. We are in danger if Eala wins her first match and Coco Gauff, the 4th seed, defeats Bianca Andreescu or the qualifier. A huge rematch. Gauff vs Eala. Part 2 of their rivalry in 2026. Gauff decisively won in Dubai, but Indian Wells is a whole other animal. Ella's heavy topspin forehand may be greatly favored by the slow, high-bouncing courts, enabling her to kick the ball above the Gulf strike zone on the forehand side. Additionally, the environmental pressure in California will be completely different from that in the Middle East due to Ella's certain huge audience backing. A blockbuster is on the horizon. This is evidence that Eala is now regularly attracting the largest stars on the biggest stages. Hearing what the game's contemporary voices and legends have to say about this issue is equally fascinating. The American player-turned-brilliant analyst Christopher Eubanks recently discussed the enormous hype surrounding Eala. He was quite perceptive. He pointed out that this degree of intense, oppressive focus can become a major distraction for certain players. They may feel burdened by it. However, Eubanks thinks that Ella might be able to perform even better because to this surge of fan support. He said that a player may be inspired to perform amazing things by the crowd's excitement and discover hidden stores of endurance and concentration. And it appears that Eubanks is absolutely correct given how Ella enjoys the attention she receives, grinning at her practice sessions, granting requests for autographs, and candidly declaring that she is living her dream. She is not avoiding the limelight. She is enjoying it. In addition, the renowned Martina Navratilova, an 18-time Grand Slam champion, offers her thoughts on the current situation of women's tennis, focusing on the upcoming generation of youthful talent. Eala was grouped by Navratilova with other exceptional teenagers, such as Ivajic from America and Victorian Bu from Canada. Ella's skill on the court was particularly emphasized by Navratilova. To be commended by Navratilova, who is undoubtedly the best tactician in history. Perhaps the best compliment a young player can get is your clever shot selection and court intelligence. It demonstrates that Eala's success depends on more than simply her physical prowess and ability to hit the ball as hard as she can. It is predicated on a thorough comprehension of point formation, spin, and geometry. She skillfully builds points by taking advantage of right-handed players' conventional weaknesses with her left-handed angles. Speaking of Iva Jovic, we can't overlook Eala's other thrilling Indian Wells plot. She's not only here for the glory of being single. She is doing two jobs at once. For the women's doubles draw, Eala will reunite with Iva Jovic, a teenage American. This is a very wise strategic choice. The two showed amazing chemistry when they partnered up at the ASB Classic in Auckland earlier this year, reaching the semifinals after an incredible run. Eala is now ranked 105th in the world for doubles, and playing with the highly regarded Jovic presents a huge potential for both of them. In their first desert match, they will take on Haley Baptist and Elena Ostapenko, a highly tough, hard-hitting duo. For young players, doubles is crucial. It sharpens their volleys, enhances their return games, and teaches them how to function under pressure in a fast-paced environment. Although no one in Eala's camp is preparing for an early singles exit, it also keeps them match sharp. The fact that they are reuniting as supporters who are ecstatic to have twice the chance to watch Eala play on tennis courts in paradise. In the big picture, what does all of this mean? Why is today's main story a practice session that went viral? Since it signifies a change of perspective. Tennis has been waiting for the next big star from Southeast Asia to enthrall the world for decades. We've had amazing champions, but Eala's present level of cultural influence and devoted traveling fan base feels unique. She bears the hopes of a whole country. And despite being only 20 years old, she is doing it with poise, maturity, and a deadly competitive edge. She recently flew to California after visiting the Nike World Headquarters in Oregon, where she was greeted as a hero and had her picture displayed alongside the finest players in all sports. She is a generational talent with unmatched marketability, and the business, media, and athletic worlds are all realizing this. This week at the BNP Paribas Open, everything is in place for something quite amazing to occur when you consider her style of play, attitude, and surroundings. She has acknowledged that every tournament this year has had a wonderful atmosphere. That she believes she has grown as a person as well as a player. She accepts the strain. She reflects on the difficulties of her quick rise with pride rather than fatigue. She is armed and prepared for the confrontation, even though she is aware that she is now the hunted rather than the hunter. All eyes will be on the Coachella Valley in the coming days. Even though the competition is just getting underway, Alexandra Eala has already prevailed in the crowd-harding contest. The real test will start when the umpire signals for the main draw matches to start under the scorching California heat, following the conclusion of practice sessions. Will a deep historic run at the 5th Grand Slam result from the Eala effect? Can she make it through a challenging first round and set up that spectacular clash with Coco Gauff? In the doubles draw, can she and Iva Jovic work their magic? Everyone in the tennis world is waiting, observing.